Namaste everyone, how's it going? So today I'm going to talk about something which is actually incredibly beautiful, but the way a lot of us approach it, it's very ugly, and it creates a lot of pain and suffering in our lives. And hopefully this is something which can help you, and not just you but others who are around you, and you see them kind of making the same mistakes when it comes to love. Hopefully you can share this on with them and they can also benefit. So I'm going to talk about what is the one thing which makes the experience of love, which is something incredibly beautiful and something which almost all of us yearn for, and literally that is actually the desire for all of us in our lives. How there's this one particular aspect of it which completely makes the experience more traumatizing and painful rather than blissful and liberating. All right. The thing is that all of us, when it comes to love, are incredibly selfish about it. Okay. When we imagine love, or when we imagine being in love with somebody, we imagine about how it will make us feel, and we imagine about what the presence of that other person, or even if it's not love for a person, if it's love for a car or a house or something like that, how it will make us feel. All right. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not talking about giving up your desires over here or giving up your satisfaction, but what I'm going to talk about is something which comes along with that desire, which is basically possession or possessiveness. All right. And we like to keep that thing which we are in love with only for us, and we like to have control over it, because that is the thing which makes us feel good about ourselves, and we don't want to lose it, and we don't want to basically have no control over when we can use it and when we cannot. And this is where the problem comes in. This is not just to do with human beings, this is to do with anything which you love. Because for example, if you've discovered your purpose in life and you've converted that into like your vocation, and now you're doing that and you love it, it's not always going to be a pleasurable experience, as well as whatever you achieve through it, it's not always going to be yours. All right. It never is in the first place, but in our human experience we think that it is, and hence we want to kind of hold on to it, because the way we enter love is without a lot of us having actually dissolved our ego up to a certain extent first. So even when we enter the experience of love, whatever that object of love is, whether a human being or a possession or a thing or a materialistic object or whatever it is, it kind of becomes a part of our ego and a part of our definition of ourselves, which is not really good. All right. And I'm not talking about very deep love and which has gone on for years, where obviously you two spirits kind of intertwine into each other quite a bit, but I'm talking about basically where possessiveness is coming into the play, because that's what the ego likes to do. It likes to hold on, and it likes to make sure that its self benefit is put first before anything else. And that possessiveness is what will never allow us to experience love fully for what it is, which is freedom. Okay. Out of all the things which people are running behind, love is the thing which can bring freedom. All right. And we all want freedom. All right. But everything which we are running behind is in some way or another creating another form of bondage for us. Okay. Whether, let's say, it's a job which you really wanted, which was going to be paying you a lot, and you worked your way till there, you got it, but now it's taking such a toll on your life, and it's so heavy and it's so stressful that you are now its slave. All right. So it's not liberating you, but that's not what love does. True love liberates you. All right. But the way most people are getting into love today is via codependency and neediness, to satisfy that need to feel good about themselves. They look for that external validator that, okay, somebody else, if they're loving me, then I'm decent enough, I'm good enough, and I'm something, which is not really a good place to be at, and it's not a good perspective with which one should enter into a relationship. All right, so try to keep this in mind going forward in your life, that love for you should be a liberating experience, where the actual joy comes not in what you're going to get from the person, or whether it's love from your friends or from your family, etc. The actual experience of love comes in the form of giving, to be honest, but that's a whole different discussion, and if you guys want me to speak on that, please let me know. But most people today are getting into it via neediness, and that's why you'll see a lot of relations which are basically codependent, and they're not mutually empowering in our individual selves, because neither parties are whole when they are coming into a union. So it's one broken person or incomplete person, or a person who hasn't started loving themselves completely, still has a lot of work to do on those things, and another person, and they come together, and they form their own little bubble world, and it works for a lot of people, and that's great, because again, this is not about judgment. This is just so that I'm sharing my perspective, so that we could get the experience of love in its genuine and true essence, which is without bondage, which is without possessiveness. All right, and you don't have to be worried about, okay, what if the other person cheats on me or something, because if it's genuine love, no matter where you are, you love that person, and you will always hold them in the space of your heart. But what if your heart right now does not even have space for itself? We all need to work on that our heart can expand to a place, expand to a limit, not a limit, sorry, expand to that limitlessness, where we can host enough love for ourselves as well as then give it outside. All right, so this is just something which I wanted to share, and hopefully it can resonate with you at some particular level, and if it does, please let me know, and if you would like me to speak on something else related to this, let me know. Otherwise, share it on to somebody who might benefit from this. Thank you.